Kia ora, guys, gals, and legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Fallout 4 Frost. We are here with Akira in the rat den beneath the red rocket. Now, we have some thinking to do. While I was working at the chem station in the previous episode, apparently that activated the workshop, and so therefore it is now considered a settlement, and our Lone Wanderer perks no longer have any effect, which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. We were going to have to do something like this eventually. It does mean that we can have an official settlement now, and so with that is the direction that we are going to be going in. The real question is, are we going to make this our home, or is it going to be something more like Sanctuary? Honestly, I feel like I'm leaning a little bit more towards here. We have had a home in Sanctuary before. Red Rocket has been kind to Akira so far, and perhaps it could continue to do just that. So, with that, let us dive on in. Alright, so let's get underway. We're going to have to start off by picking up a whole heap of our armor bits and pieces, and hopefully that is all of our armor. It is a little difficult to see underneath of here. There we go, there's the other piece. And now when we're actually inside of our power armor, we aren't going to be wearing our other armor. We're essentially going to take that off and leave it at home when we're doing anything like that. There we go. We are looking a little bit better. We were looking a little bit better. So that's all of our pieces on. We just need to find our backpack, wherever that might be. Let's see, that's our army fatigues. We're definitely going to take those. We need to be wearing something underneath all of this mess. And our backpack, where art thou? Let's see. Are you the backpack? You are the backpack. Okay, fantastic. Good to know. Put those army fatigues on, put the backpack on, and that takes us up to 103, which is fantastic. Yay, go us. So we can carry a whole heap of things, probably all of this stuff back up with us. So let's go ahead and start picking up, including obviously that fusion core as well. We want to try and take as much as we can up. Probably glowing fungi too. And we're at capacity, but that's okay because we're not going far. Yes, we will take some damage in the process, but I want to try and take up as much as we can. So that includes glowing fungi and other things like that in the area, so we might just end up taking a little bit of extra damage. By glowing fungi, I mean, I actually meant brain fungi, but you know, we'll see. Let's go away from that mess and just collect from this mess instead. Because why not? Okay, we've even got some barnacles down here. Interesting. A whole mess of stuff and things. Now, the only thing, I guess, about here is that there isn't as much scrap. Doesn't mean that we can't run around to Sanctuary to collect things. We can totally do that as well. But we're going to be trying to set up shop here. Trying being our word of the day. Now, we are going to take some damage as well. That's okay. And I will be dealing with all of our different ailments once we actually do get up there and see what kind of condition we're in. Once we've dropped everything else off, we'll see where we're at. Yeah. Ideally, what I will end up doing is creating separate little storage containers for our different types of items. We'll always have access to them because we'll have them close by to where we're working, etc. But yeah, that's the plan at the very least. And I'm thinking for the most part, for now, we're going to store everything in the workshop itself. Yeah, so let's just have a quick look on the map here. Is it displaying as a settlement? It is indeed displaying as a settlement. So yeah, word to the wise, if you are at a settlement and you accidentally use one of the stations or purposely use one of the stations, it can really screw you over because you'll find yourself losing all those Lone Wanderer perks that you took. So the workshop is where we're going to transfer pretty much everything. So we'll start off by transferring all of our junk just to get things started, and then we'll just start transferring everything else. So primarily ammunition, other than the 45 rounds, which we're going to hold on to. We can probably keep those 308s in there too. We're actually going to start dropping off everything else. I don't want to have crap in our inventory anymore. And, well, I mean, like, yes and no. I mean, it would be good to clear it out, right? I think that's what we need to do. We've got a whole heap of book return ones there. That's cool. We'll keep those bounties. The drugs I want to put somewhere separate. You know what? We're going to put them into here. Well, I guess we don't have to put them into here for now. It'll help with scrapping things, though, if we do. So, yeah, let's look at just putting most things. The buff out we're going to hold on to because we can actually still make use of that. You two, you can stay for now. Just for now. Cockroach meat, crab meat, you're going to go in there. Damaged hazmat suit, that can live in there as well. I guess if we ever do run into radstorms, we can always just run down to the rat den. That will be what kind of keeps us safe. I'm going to put all those dead detectives away. Disciple's Cutlass is going to stay with us. Dog meat as well. Flamer fuel, you can definitely go. So essentially this is the big inventory clean out that we've needed to have for a long, long while. I really want to get a radiation-based weapon now because of, you know, what we've been learning so far and the perks that we're kind of getting. It would be really, really good for us. Really, really good. I'm going to hold on to the glowing fungi for now, but we're going to put most of this other stuff away. Yeah, like I was saying, we're going to have somewhere separate for all of these things. So notes and stuff like that, I will put them all in one container. At least that's the idea. The bobbleheads, I will create somewhere for us to display those. Janice's jet fuel, you can go in there as well now. Mostly crap. Mostly crap. Okay, we are nearly there. Hold on to some of the nuka for now. We're through most of our inventory. Hold on to the poison caltrops. Just going to get rid of most of the other stuff. We've got a lot of rat meat that we need to cook up. Right, we're holding on to that apparently. All of them. Yep, can't get rid of them. That's fine. Yep, have to hold on to them as well. Surgical kits, worthwhile. Thank you. Okay, that's the loss. And look at that, we're just we're just at capacity. That's hilarious. With everything that we got. That's funny. That's really funny. Okay, so we're still carrying way too much stuff. What are we even carrying now that's weighing us down so much? I think it's just our gear. Among other things. Even though it's pocketed, it's I think it's still, the weight is still a little much in some instances. Maybe. I don't even know anymore. I don't know what's weighing us down. As much as it is. I mean, we do have a lot of meat on us, so that'll be one of the major things. So actually, let's try and see how we're looking at the moment in terms of our... yeah, so we're thirsty, we're peckish, we could probably do with some food. We'll go out to that cook station out there. I kind of want to bring it in here, just so it'll be a little safer for us. Too heavy to carry. Well, I guess we're not carrying that then, are we? But we can go ahead and move this inside, which I would like to. Yes, thank you very much. So we're going to go ahead and pick you up, and we're going to move you inside somewhere. Or not, you know, I don't have to do that. It really doesn't want us to. Looks like out here is going to be where you want to go. I mean, that'll work for now. I don't like the bush there, because I kind of want the campfire to be beneath it, but I can't. That's okay as well. I guess we'll just have it as it is. Alright, let's have a look and see what we can do. Roasting is where it's at. Grilled venison to start. And then whole heap of rat steaks. Fantastic. So it'll help with our capacity a little bit. We've got quite a few bottles. We don't have a water source on us right now, but you know what? We can probably build a water source. So let's have a look. I don't know what our steel is like at the moment, but if we go into our resources, I am just after a water pump. And it's not going to be great for us right now. Oh, we need a gear. A singular gear, which we should be able to get from something in here. We'll take the cram for now. Oh, it's the dog. the howling, I think. I'm not 100%. Toaster, you're probably not going to have any gears in you. Are you? Probably not. No, springs. The ham radio should have some in it, but we do not seem to be able to scrap you. So that is, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Adjustable wrench. Thank you very much. That's what we need. Now we are just going to have you sit outside here so we can collect some water from you. Sure, we'll go something like that. Perfect. Alright, easy enough for us to pump water into bottles. Why can't I... Do I not have any bottle? Oh, I put all my junk away. Question answered. Just like that. So we'll get all the bottles that we can, and we're going to turn these into, essentially, boiled water. Which, it's not going to go very far. We're going to have to try and search for more bottles. It's the only unfortunate thing about this whole process, is that we're going to lose a hell of a lot. But I guess that's the intention. So we'll go along with it, and that is us over encumbered already just with bottles. So we'll go ahead and fill them. We'll just keep on going. Well, I think this is going to be a little bit of a process, so I will see you once we're done. Okay, we are finally done with all of that. We are incredibly over encumbered, already taking damage, so we'll try and make this quick if we can. Let's start boiling up some water. There we go. That's all the water we got from it. From all those bottles. So we lost a fair amount, and we lost a cone as well, apparently. So let's have something to drink and something to eat. Start off with our lovely boiled water. So we've got 4 boiled waters out of that. And you see, 2 of them, we are still not hydrated. We just drank 2 boiled waters. We drink another, that takes us to parch. We drink that, we are still parched. That is why boiled water doesn't work in this. We had upwards of 12 bottles, I think, full of dirty water. They hydrate us the exact same amount, which makes sense. You know, just filtering the water, or rather just boiling the water, doesn't make it any more hydrating. But where I think it's broken is that the requirement for bottles is out of control. So for us now to get ourselves back from where we were, we'd have to go out, we'd have to find 12 bottles to work with. That's kind of a fundamental flaw in my mind. If there is a way around it, like without mods, if there is a way around it, or me spawning them back in, let me know, because like I'd love to know what the rest of you do in that scenario. Are we just eating for the fun of it right now? Do we just have 3 rat steaks and we're still hungry? Okay. I mean, I guess they're quite small. Okay, alright, 4. 4 rat snakes. Rat snakes, apparently. So we do have a fair amount of stuff around here that I would like to go around and just start scrapping, just so we can get a good stockpile of scrap going. Essentially, anything that we aren't going to be using, we're going to scrap. We're going to clean this place up. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a montage here. I'm going to close up shop while we're working on it. Okay, I thought you might start flailing all over the place. Not quite yet. But let's go ahead and get this thing going. Okay, well, Alright, there he goes. That's the main portion of scrapping done. We've got a whole heap of scrapping done at this stage, which I'm pretty happy with. Now we just have to go ahead and start moving some of these tools inside. The armor bench is going to come inside and live, let's see, you know what, probably over here for now. If we can get it in somewhere nice there, let's have a look. We had somewhere a moment ago. Try and get it as close to that wall as possible. Looks like that's probably what we're going to be able to get. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And the power armor station, we'll go ahead and shuffle that over a little bit here. So we can have it like so. Excellent. That's working. And then we just got the chem station out the back, which we're going to go ahead and grab and bring inside as well. So far, so good. We have everything that we need here. We've got a cook station, chem station, the armor bench, the weapons bench. We're looking good overall, I have to say. Let's hope it can stay that way. Now, is this the correct way around, or is that the way around? I think it, honestly, I think it can go either way. I'm not 100% on that. Don't quote me. That looks to be the closest we're going to be able to get it. Still a ways away from the wall, which I find a little weird, so I guess we could just go ahead and run with it being on the side like this. I mean, that's not terrible as well. Still gives us quite a bit of space to work with. Probably the most optimal position for it to be in. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I actually quite like that. So, next thing that we're going to need in here is probably a bit of lighting. There really isn't much lighting going on in here at all. So let's have a look about chucking some of that in. Right, so we can make light easily enough. The question is generators. What generators are we able to make, if any? We can actually make ourselves a medium generator. Not bad. Not freaking bad. We've got a few options here. Surprisingly enough, we've got a few options. The windmill being one of them. Kind of like that. But I think we're going to go with one of our generators, and more than likely we're going to put the generators just out the back here. I feel like that's a good enough position for Akira to have them in. Now, I don't imagine Akira making this overnight. I don't see that being a thing. What I do see being a thing is, you know, this happening over a while, over a few nights, I would say. So let's have a look now. We've got that inside. We need to go ahead and run some power actually into the building. I think from memory, I think we might actually just be able to connect it to the building, and then the building will have power. Let's see if that actually kind of works in that fashion. We're going to have it connecting to somewhere here. So I don't know if I can just straight up have a connector and have it operate that way. We'll have a look and see. So if we go ahead and chuck one of you just on the side here and go with the idea that we're running power inside, we'll see if that's actually going to work for us or not. So go back to you. Back to you. There we go. Whoops. Space, rather. And there we go. We can attach it up to that power conduit there. Now, whether or not we actually do get power inside will be interesting to see. So, what do we want to go with here in terms of lighting? I mean, I feel like it could be either or, really. They all use similar amounts of power. Let's see how much light we actually get. Ceiling light seems to be pretty decent as well. Seems to give us an okay amount of light. I feel like we'd want to have one. Let's put one in the center of the room first and just see how much we actually get. That's not bad, but I feel like we'd probably want two of those. So we'd probably go with one over where that neon light is at the moment, and that is not getting power currently, which is interesting. I don't think we can actually scrap where those ones are, but more than likely this one, I'd want to go over this side, giving us a fair bit of light in that corner, and then obviously we want that here, and that does look like it's going to be getting light if we put it into this position here, so it might be a proximity thing, potentially. I don't like the howls. I think that is from the dog, and I don't know with the dog if that's going to be an issue long term. What? Looks like that's as far as it can go before it loses power. I'm happy with those. I feel like that's a good amount of light and a semi-decent amount. Now, next thing for us will be storage, really. So guess the question is, where am I going to find storage? Probably, more than likely, in furniture. Getting a nice bed will be nice. Obviously, we've got shelves. Containers is probably what we're going to want. I guess the question will be, what kind of containers do we want for each type of object? Well, I think a big container like that to me looks like a weapons container, and I guess if we were to put it next to the weapons bench, it would make sense if that was a weapons container for us. So I'm going to go ahead and plop this thing down here. It does use steel. We've got a fair amount of steel right now, so I feel okay with that. I feel like this would be... I know we just destroyed a tool chest before, but a tool chest or something like it would be good for maybe some of our chemistry pieces. Actually, that fits quite well on the end there, so let's look at putting it in here. Now, this is turning into more of a construction episode. If those aren't your kind of jam, I'd say potentially give this one a skip, because I think the majority of it is going to end up being this. Now, I guess I wouldn't mind having a place to store our armor, and we might be able to just go with shelving for that. We could have that up high. Or rather, something like that, having that above our armor bench. You know, that'll be where we end up storing all of that. I guess, can that go across? That's bizarre. Really? That's a thing? We can do that? That seems a little strange. I was wanting to try and move that out the way, but doesn't seem to be a thing. So I guess I could just have it over the top of it. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't look too terrible. I feel like we're maximizing our space in here, which I am definitely down with. So armor parts and components up there, weapons and weapons, ammunition, and the rest. Actually, I feel like I would probably be down with having ammunition under something separate. If I have a small shelf, that would be awesome. Ah, yes, like you. Exactly like you. Oh, you are floor-based, aren't you? Yeah. Why'd you have to be so big? I don't suppose I can put a container on top of a container. Yes, I can. Well, I guess we can put ammunition in this one here. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's alright. We've still got all this space over here in this corner here that we're not really making use of just yet. I think I will in time. I really can't wait for that to go away. Yeah. So inside here, we want to try and lock things down a little bit more. We're going to go out of this for a second, because I know that there are actually doors here now. I remember the first time I was here in my Iron Maiden playthrough, I didn't realize there were doors. I was very confused as to why I couldn't place any doors as well. But I feel like this is looking like not too bad of a space. Eventually it's going to get out of here. We can hear a generator running outside. I think next thing for us is closing, or rather boarding up these windows, just so that we're a little bit more secure in this space. Was there a door here? No, I don't think so. Okay. Alright, so we're going to head outside. We're going to have a look at placing something to cover these windows. So let's jump on in. It's probably going to be something made out of wood. So let's go back to structures. We're going to be looking at wood, and it's more than likely going to be wood walls that are covering that. And they do cover the whole length there. I guess we could put them on the inside. I guess it's where we'd want to... Yeah, whether I'd be okay with seeing that. Well, I guess what I can do is I can place it down, see what that actually looks like on the inside, see if it looks terrible. That doesn't look terrible in my mind. It actually looks like it's part of the wall, which is great, and that's actually kind of what I'm looking for here. So let's go along to the next. This one looks like it's going to be a little bit more tricky to place, and it might be because of some of the structures that are inside there. Nope, it looks like we can still get one in. We'll go across as far as we possibly can. Place it, head inside and see if that's okay. Yep, it's actually absolutely perfect. So if we can get a little bit of overlap here, that would be amazing, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not. You are not very helpful, I will add. Now, if I could get a smaller wall, that would be swell. I don't know if I'm going to get something small enough to kind of cover that. So we might have to try and do something outside here for that section of the wall. And I guess that's okay, because like it's not always going to be perfect. Oh, here we go. Shack wall. You can fit in there, can't you? Surely you can. Where there's a will, there's a way. Well, we can fit it on the outside, we know that much. And really, I don't think that looks all that bad. I want to see if I can turn it a little bit more inwards. Looks like that's the limit that we're going to be able to get with that. Do we have much of a gap there? We have a huge gap there. So that doesn't really work for us. Yeah, it's going to be tough to get something that's going to be the same size as that space. I guess we can go inside and just see if it's a different kind of placement issue. Because I can't move any further back, can I? I can that way. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's just a tricky one to place. Which is unfortunate, but that's the way it is. We're going to have a little bit of trouble settling that. We might just have to find something else to go on the outside. Yeah. Let's cancel that. Go back into walls. Have a look around again. Might be something larger that we have to do on the outside. Oh, we've still got it there, of course, right. So I either need to scrap it or just do something with it. Yeah, I think either way it's going to be a little bit of a gap here. It's not the end of the world. I mean, having a little bit to shoot through would be okay, but I just, I'd rather it be sealed up, really. So let's go back in then. We'll just have to use a larger wall on the outside, and that's, we'll just live with that. The only other option, which it isn't a terrible option, would be to kind of just do something triangle, kind of like that. Not an awful idea. And it's still not covered. I feel like I really need to just do it from this side. I don't think it doesn't matter how I do it, it's gonna get screwed up like that. So next option that we have, I know this is a lot of deliberating of something that doesn't seem very important, but in the long run, it can be. So let's just have a look here. If I go further across and actually give it more room, we might be able to get a whole nother shack wall in. And then this won't really ever have been a problem in the first place. As long as it's not phasing through the other wall too far. So we'll go back to our shack wall. And we'll see if we can fit that in here somewhere. Looks like it's going to be a similar issue of just it not wanting to kind of phase through the other. Well, they sure do know how to be annoying. I mean, that one sits okay on the outside. And it would be better than nothing, but I imagine on the outside it doesn't look super attractive. It doesn't, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. It actually looks like it's part of the building there. It's nearly sealed enough. I think if I put another one up there, oh, I can just actually just lock it into place. Let's do that. Ugh, doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. Yeah, it's just gonna snap no matter what. That's too big anyway. That's fine. It's a little hole. We can live with it. We can live with it. It's not the end of the world. Now that the sun's risen, we can actually see the place a little bit better, and I feel like I would want to try and... Okay. Fun over. Okay, we have ourselves a rad storm. I'm not surprised. That's okay. We'll just have to deal with that. It hasn't fully set in yet, but it is going to arrive, and unfortunately just being inside isn't going to serve us here. But I will want to have everything as locked down as I can possibly have it. I'm happy with this. I'm really, really happy with this. I think the next step for us is to bring our power armor up here. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to work in our power armor. We might be able to work in the damaged hazmat suit. That's an option. We can actually do that still during the Radstorm. Yeah, let's look at getting our power armor. So we're still quite encumbered at this stage. I wouldn't mind having somewhere for our food. I guess we could put it in that corner there. Let's see if we can pull this off before... Oh, nope. Okay. Ain't gonna happen. Let's just go. Alright, we're on our way. On our way down. Alright. Now if we go down there, just wait a few hours, we should be looking okay. At least we know it's nice and safe down here now. We'll just go and chuck down our sleeping bag once again. We'll have a little bit of a sleep. There we are. Let's just check on our stats. I see we've got Peckish and Parched. Okay, well we can't do anything about Parched really, unfortunately. So that's the thing. I might just end up drinking more often than not when we're at home straight from the source. Which we know isn't good for us, but there ain't much we can do about it. There's no bottles here, so you know we can't do anything about that. Yeah, there isn't actually any water that we can collect down here, is there? At least I don't think so. Yes, there is. At this portion here. Okay. Well, I feel like bottled is better than nothing. So let's have a look at that. There we go, properly hydrated. Just 2 of them. Fantastic. Yes, we can get infections from it, but we're just gonna have to roll the dice on that one. Eat a rat steak. Okay, let's go have something else to eat. Grilled cockroach. Properly fed. Fantastic. Good news. Cool, so I would like to... Okay, we got an illness. It's probably from the water. Again, I don't know how I'm gonna get around this. Making some way to purify it, like actually purify it without bottles, that would be swell. Maybe an option for us. There's a lot of stuff down here that we want to scrap or get to eventually. But what we're going to do for now is just sleep. We just need to get a few hours sleep in, and then rock on back upstairs with our power armor, see if we can do some work. I'd say that's probably good enough. Let's jump into here. We're probably going to be over encumbered though. This is the only issue, unfortunately, because of all of our armor and everything else that we've got on. And that's okay. I think if we're just to walk the short distance, we'll be alright. But we do know that we will take some damage. Oh, it's actually not saying we're over encumbered. Huh. We are over encumbered, but like, only just. Like, by 1. So, we can deal with that. Let's just drink the dirty water. Yeah. Okay. Into the Commonwealth. Don't be radiated. Don't be radiated. The Radstorm has passed. Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. Good. And this is home. Didn't think that we'd have one. But we do. And look at that. We've kind of squished him outside. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Alright. I am going to get in the habit of closing things up while I'm working inside here. I feel like that's just going to be safe for us to do. So let's get out of our power armor here. And I think we should be able to essentially move it over here by crafting. Yes! We're working on our gear. Now, we do have some pieces that are quite damaged. We're looking at some really damaged pieces. Our right leg, so see, repairing it is just steel. Fantastic. Actually, let's have a look. Some of it is going to be worthwhile us swapping it out. We can actually make Model B equipment. It's better in almost every regard. It does weigh a little bit more. So the Model B is better. It's going to cost adhesive and aluminum. So aluminum is quite hard for us to come by still. So I don't think we're going to do any of that just yet. We'll just work on repairing. So let's go through repair. 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 Okay. And repair. Circuitry for that one. That's alright. We're over encumbered. Fantastic. Okay. How are we over encumbered? What's going on? Right, we've gone back up to 103. Okay, cool. That's all right. So I still wanted to find somewhere to store our food, which is going to be here. Let's do that really quickly. So where do we want to store food in, or rather, what do we want to store food in? Something that's kind of like a kitchen cupboard would be great. A filing cabinet. I guess a filing cabinet is what we're looking at. A locker. I mean, a fridge would be great. I mean, that's not terrible. That looks like something that we could potentially store food in. Yeah, it's just steel. Just kind of stash this on the side. Yeah, that's where we're going to put our food now. So let's go through to... I actually don't know what I'm looking at here. Aid. Yes, it's aid. And we'll go ahead and store. Storing food. Food, you go in here. Mole rat meat. Mute fruit. Drinks included. It's going to be food and water will go into there. Rat meat. Wolf meat. Okay. And yeah, brain fungus and the rest, they are foods, but they're also things that we can use for crafting. So more than likely, they're going to go into our drug box. So drug box is going to be, well, for one, drugs, among other things. But it's also going to be resources that we can use to make more drugs as well. So we're looking at everything at the moment. I just want to go into aid, and we're going to drop essentially everything off. So what I'm going to be doing now is being much more careful about what we actually bring with us for any given mission. Stimpaks and everything else like that included. And Excel, all of you go into there. This way I think we're going to be able to manage our weight a lot better. So yep, we'll keep them stashed away in there. All of the food is stashed away in there. That's looking nice. I mean, it'd be cool to have like a cook station just in the corner here, because then we'd have everything in one area and it makes it nice and easy to keep track of. So let's go back to the power armor and see what we can do. Oh, not what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to go and start crafting. This is a mistake that I'm going to make many times from now. Many times. Okay, craft. All right, let's have a look. So, going to the helmet, obviously we have a few material mods that we can make there. If we come into here, it looks like we need science for the majority of these. So that's something that we can end up working towards. Looking at the different paint types, we do have Voltec, which increases our charisma. Doesn't really help us. The winterized coating, though, does. And that works really well with frost when you think about it. But no, I think we'll save the aluminum, because what we want to try and do is take everything to be Model B. I don't know if I'd want to do head first or this first. It looks like we can't do that first. So we can do the head for now. So I think that's what we're going to look at. We're still over encumbered. God damn it. I need to have a look at the numbers. But yeah, that's what we're going to go for. Go for Model B. Model B for the head. Alright, not bad. Go ahead and exit the station. And we're going to look at dropping some stuff places. So that's our weapons bench. Go ahead and store all of our ammunition that we have currently. So let's go to weapons, ammunition. Where is ammunition? I'll get there eventually. Just having a look. That's junk. The one that looks like ammo rounds. That's probably where they'd be Rycon. Okay, so we do want to keep some rounds with us. I think for now, we're just going to keep the 45 rounds. And that means weapon-wise, we're going to go ahead and drop our other weapons in here. So that means all of our bombs as well. They're going to go into there. We're just going to be rocking the revolver rifle and, of course, our trusty cutlass at the same time. Let's go into here. We're going to... Well, actually, you know what? Like I said, I'm going to do all the transfer stuff in between episodes. I think what we want to try and do before we wrap things up today is have a look if we can add anything else in here in terms of, like, quality of life. And I think in terms of quality of life, this here will be our room. It does have a light source, but we need a door. So let's have a look at our doors and see what we can place in. Structures. We want to go to doors. Doors. Wonderful doors. So can we actually get a door in here? No, it does not look like we... Oh, we can. I stand corrected. We can most certainly get a door. I wouldn't mind a metal door. That's a metal door you can see through. How about a metal door that you can't see through? How about that? Yep, that's a nice, strong-looking door. Okay, not bad. And you know what? We're going to grab those, and I'm probably going to scrap both of those for now. I like the idea of keeping the computer in the corner. I'm actually just going to take everything for now, because we're going to scrap quite a few of these bits and pieces. Add a clipboard as well. So we'll keep the heater in the corner, but we're going to go scrap these two here, you there, and let's go ahead and have a look at some beds. This is going to be Akira's bedroom. It doesn't need to be anything super fancy. Actually, I mean, like, that's a really nice looking bed. I feel like we'd get a pretty damn comfy sleep in this thing, so let's go get that lined up against the edge there. Lined up against the edge because Akira isn't expecting any guests. Yeah. There we go. Okay, next up, clothing. Like a place to store clothes. It's not super necessary. We don't actually have many of our clothes here with us, but why not? So we don't want to have something massive in here. We don't need something massive. So just the little dresser probably will do. I wouldn't mind making, or rather building, a nicer looking dresser, but actually we can do that. We can just fit it in there. It's a little awkward, but yeah, I mean, it fits. Nah, let's not do that. The radiator we're going to have to scrap. We're just going to go ahead and put you over here instead. Pride of place. We're maximizing our space in here. There we go. Build something that requires power. We've built lights. That's a start. We could do another light in here. A lamp maybe on the corner. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that one, just because it's a little unsightly. And we'll go back into lighting and just have a look at putting something in there. In saying that, I guess it doesn't have to be one of these. We could go for oil if we went for like a little candlelight or something like that. Unless we were actually getting power here. Nope, it does not reach that far. So, not exactly an option on that one. Let's just go all the way through. We've got a whole heap of those type. Wow, the massive fluorescent lights. Maybe they would have been better for us to use in the workshop. Probably the case. Probably the case. We don't actually need to have a huge amount of light in here. Decoration-wise, though, let's see. Is that using our pit? No, that's a Vault Girl statue. Okay. Right. Oh, it's massive. No. We're not going to do that. A Christmas tree would be really nice, though. We'll get there. We'll get there. But wall decorations is more what I'm after. We'll go ahead and hang up a big old flag on the wall here. There we go. And let's see. Maybe a painting or two. The signs are going to be useful for us to actually have in our other room. But painting-wise, let's see. What's so nice and calming? You know, nice farmhouse. Nice farmhouse painting. Use some of the wood to place that down. Join or die. Fantastic. Not a bad start to Akira's little room here. It's something. Better than nothing. I actually really do enjoy building in Fallout 4. And, well, because of the perks that we've had so far, it's been a bummer that we haven't been able to do anything with it. But now we can. We can turn this into something of a home. Ain't much of one, but it's a damn start. And, yeah, I think before we wrap things up, we are going to go into here. And I'm going to have a look at chucking up those signs, because I feel like that'll help. Right, that is actually the ammo box. So, boom. Weapons would be nice. Guns. Yep, we're going to put guns on that. Boom. Nice. Ingredients. Well, it's more food than anything. So it'll be food and drink. We can put food at the top there, and then we can... Oh, no. No, we can't. We can't really. I can put food there. That kind of works. Can I scrap the other one that's there? That's going to be... Oh, no, I can. There we go. Excellent. Let's see. Chems is the next thing that we're kind of looking for. Chems. Perfect. Okay. Alright, we'll just put you right about there. Fantastic. Chems, and this is going to be armor. Where do we want you to go? Guess we could try and see if we can get you to fit up there. It kind of just fits. I could just go ahead and put it here though. That also works. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Chems, food is there. Ammo, guns. It feels... starting to feel like home. Starting to feel like home. There's a lot of additional things that we can do to decorate the place, and we most certainly will be doing that, but we need resources as well, and so hunting for those resources is definitely going to be a priority for us. A major priority. Now, we do have brain fungus, among other things, but it's not going to produce food in the regular way that it usually does, so we'll kind of try and work a system to have that work, because right now it doesn't quite work properly, but I think we can get it there. If we can get some fertilizer, we might be able to get down a gardening plot, chuck something down in here, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy with how this is turning out so far. And you know what, I think I don't need this. We're not going to do any fast traveling, but a welcome mat is nice. It would be good for us to have. I want to place it down outside, so let's just go ahead, make that the very last thing that we do in today's episode. All right. Meant to go that way. There we go. Welcome. Not bad, Akira. Not flipping bad. It's coming together. We're definitely going to be able to make use of the top floor as well. It's going to be a good way for us to look out. Essentially what I want to do is make a big lookout tower that's kind of utilizing the top of that to build a platform on top so that we can just look out over this entire area and just see if there's any trouble. That'll help keep Akira safe, and, well, this is somewhere that we can launch expeditions from. Actually prepare for them. And work on our equipment as well. We don't have to use substandard weapons and things like that anymore. We can go back, we can collect our things, we can work on making them better. At least that's the goal. We'll see where that takes us. But for now, guys and gals, that has been me. I hope you've been able to enjoy today's episode, even though it has been build heavy. In the next, we'll continue to try and make this into something of a home. It is going to require us to do some scavenging though, and that will more than likely mean a trip out to Sanctuary. It is somewhere that is marked on Akira's Pip-Boy. She doesn't know exactly why, and so I think investigating, examining what it is, what's going on there, may lead her to, well, the resources she needs to turn this little gas station into something much more formidable. But guys and gals, that has been us for today. Thank you all for joining me. I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.